Just a few minutes ago, I spoke with President Bush, and he conveyed his concern and condolences from everyone in Washington and offered all the help that they could possibly provide. I've also spoken on 2 occasions today with Governor Kaine, who is coming back from Tokyo to be at the convocation tomorrow, and he has declared a state of emergency, which enables us to access significant other assets that may be required in dealing with this tragedy. With me today is the Secretary of Public Service for the Commonwealth of Virginia, John Marshall, and the Superintendent of the Virginia State Police, Colonel Steve Flaherty. Also present is the Mayor of Blacksburg, Ron Worden, the Chief of the Blacksburg Police Department, Kim Kranis, and the Chief of the Virginia Tech Police, Wendell Flincham. I want to repeat my horror and disbelief and profound sorrow at the events of today. People from around the world have expressed their shock and their sorrow and endless sadness that has transpired. I'm really at a loss for words to explain or to understand the carnage that has visited our campus. I know no other way to speak about this than to tell you what we know, and let me do that now. It is now confirmed that we have 31 deaths from the Norris Hall, including the gunman. 15 other victims are being treated at local hospitals in the Roanoke and New River valleys. There are 2 confirmed deaths from the shooting in Ambler Johnson Dormitory, in addition to the 31 at Norris Hall. We have not confirmed the identity of the gunman because he carried no identification on his person, and we are in the process of attempting that identification. Norris Hall is a tragic and a sorrowful crime scene, and we are in the process of identifying victims and in the process of notifying next of kin. This may take some time. We will not release any names until we are positive of this notification. We anticipate being able to release a list sometime tomorrow. We're asking our students to contact their parents and let them know of their status. Our investigation continues into whether there is a connection between the first and second incidents, and that has not been decided. We know that parents will want to embrace their children. We're not suggesting that you come to campus. However, if parents feel that they must come to campus, we are locating counselors at the end of Virginia Tech, which is this building you're in now, to be available. Now, as you can imagine, security, investigation, operational, and counseling resources are very taxed at this moment. However, we're getting assistance from the state police, the FBI, the ATF, local jurisdictions, and the Red Cross. And we understand the desire, indeed the compelling need, to get information on the part of families, students, and loved ones. But unfortunately, this is all the information that we can verify at this point in time. We're posting information on our website as we learn it. Our communication systems are taxed. Also, we're also posting information on the website for the state police, which is vsp.virginia.gov. I think we're ready to take questions.
President Steger?
Yes, ma'am.
Why not shut down campus after the first shooting, whether they're connected or not? Couldn't some of those deaths been prevented if classes had been shut down earlier?
I'll let Chief Flincham respond to that.
The information we had on the first incident led us to make the decision that it was an isolated event to that building, and the decision was made not to cancel classes at that time.
Why were the students, can you say why the students weren't notified for 2 hours that there had been a shooting on campus?
Well, they were notified that there was a shooting, but you have to remember that of the about 26,000 students that we have here, only 9,000 are on campus. And when classes start at 8 a.m., thousands of people are already in transit. So the question is, where do you keep them where it is most safe? And we concluded first that the incident in the Ambler Johnson was domestic in nature. In fact, we had some reason to think the shooter had left the campus, in fact, may have been leaving the state. And this other event occurred 2 hours later. So,
well, the first blast email didn't arrive to students till 9:26.
Well, that's when we were able to confirm. The call came in to the 911 center at 7:15. I don't know when the police got there. It was about 5 or 10 minutes later.
Very sad.
Then we interviewed witnesses to try to find out what was going on and then decide what the best course of action was to do.
What led you to believe the shooter had in fact left the campus and possibly the state?
We had information from witnesses and the evidence at the scene that led us to believe the shooter was no longer in the building and more than likely off campus.
More than likely, why?
I'm not going to release that at this time.
Can you tell us if you believe that the shooter was in fact a student here?
From the first incident, we do not know at this point.
From either incident?
We do not know at this point. We have one person that's deceased in Norris Hall that was a shooter. We do not know if the two incidents are connected. That's part of the investigation that we're looking into, and we're trying to determine whether they are or are not related.
Are you looking for something?
At this